Welcome back. It's roughly an hour and a half. So, yeah, then, had that been different furniture, it would have been a lot quicker, but the bed that I put together, it was all bolts, and I didn't bring, the socket I had didn't match the right size. Because I have one socket on me, it's 13 mil quarters. I mainly just use it for TVs. I wasn't expecting the bed to have bolts. So, I don't carry a socket set on me because I only get the stuff that I use on a daily. And yeah, having a socket set would be nice, don't get me wrong, because you never know, you might need it sooner or later. But that's a lot of stuff for me to carry, take in and out of the car, because I have to take my tools out of the car. With the truck, I could leave everything in there, but obviously it's Big Wife's car. If she's going to use the car, my crap can't be in here. So I'm constantly having to load and unload the bag. So I try to have either the bag or the bag with the box with a whole bunch of stuff in it. But yeah, I just don't carry a socket set with me because it's just more stuff. There's a toolbox sitting on my porch, the patio. And it's so pointless. It's like there's so much stuff in there that I've used maybe once or twice in the last 2 years. And I just never use any of the stuff in it, ever. I used to have a lot of stuff, man. Back when my prices were lower and I was doing a lot more work, I've noticed that when my prices were lower and I was getting more jobs, a lot of the jobs required more of me. But ever since I kind of raised my prices and kind of honed in and specialized the things that I do, I get a group of clientele where a lot of that extra stuff isn't needed. And if I do have to go get something, I can go get it. So, but my thing is about maximizing the space that I have. So a lot of the tools that I use and a lot of the tools that I have are things that aren't necessarily compact, but I can go do an assortment of jobs with just the tools in my bag. But there are a couple other things I additionally bring with me. One of the big things I used to do, not all the time, but I would probably have one like these. I would have an electrical job once every 2 weeks. But if you're going on TaskRabbit for electrical, it's because it's interesting because, all right, so if you hire an electrician, they're not cheap. It's like you're gonna spend at least $150. It's like $70 for them to come out with a 2-hour minimum. So there's a service fee just for coming out, and then it's like $50 an hour. It's always some crazy number like that. Yeah, watch everyone check, be like, oh, I'm an electrician and I only charge $20 if I can fix it. I'll spend 10 hours there, but if I can't fix it, I won't charge the customer. Aha! Well, Mace Valor appreciates that. I do hope you enjoy it. And please leave a review. An honest review. Happy holidays, Brew. What's up, dude? Hey, Foibles, did you like that picture I sent you? See, I didn't think of it, because when you start Stardew Valley, you have to put down, your name and your pet's name and your favorite thing. And I put that down as my favorite thing, because I was like, I've played this game for however long, and I've never once had it come up where my favorite thing would be named or listed or whatever. So I just kind of just never thought about it. And lo and behold, it happened. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, there are 2 people in this world I need to send this to right now. So that's what I did. I got a kick out of it. Thank you, I appreciate that. I am going to warn you. There are some, there's no spelling errors, but there are some grammatical errors in it. I spent a good 2-3 weeks going over, doing the formatting and editing and all that. No, it was like a month. For like a month, I formatted and edited the whole damn thing. And the vast majority of it is just fine. There's not really any errors. But there are some that did slip by me. I just want you to be aware for when you start reading it. It was pointed out by another viewer of mine, Jade. She pinpointed it out to me, and I'm like, shit. You know, because like I work so hard. It's real. Like that's why I wanted to hire professional help. Because when you have written something, and then you go to edit it, and it's something that you've been writing for years, and you've already read it again and again and again. Like I've read my own book. And I've read both parts, part 1 and part 2, because like I said, part 2 is already done. I just need to edit and format it. But I've read the whole book in its entirety like 80 times. And I'm like, I love it. I think it's a great story. I'm kind of biased because I wrote the damn thing. But, dude, it's like I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. Fuck off. Like, you know, you get in that mindset where you work on something that, it's like the same thing when I make YouTube videos. Like, there are some YouTube videos that you can watch. Like, you can see, like, the beginning, like, the first 5 minutes or however, the ones that I actually take my time and edit, the first 5 minutes or so, there's like crazy edits. It's well thought out, it's timed perfectly, it's paced, and then after so long I say screw this, I'm tired of re-listening to my voice, and the editing goes minimal. Part of me says it's laziness. Me, it's like it's more so, it's not the fact that I don't want to do it because I'm crunched for time. It's because like I can't stand hearing the sound of my own voice. Much like when I write, it's like I've already written this, I've already heard this, and it kind of just plays again and again in your head. You kind of like do this weird autopilot thing with a lot of furniture. There are some pieces of furniture, especially from IKEA, that I've put together so many times and I don't need the instructions, and it's like I literally like almost black out while doing it. It's like it's so mindless, monotonous, and just repetitive. It's like I've done this before, da 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 da. You just like lose track of space and time. It's redonkulous. Yeah, shit's goofy, man. Oh yeah, I know. That's why I'm not too critical of it. But the only negative thing I've heard about the book, okay, yeah, do your thing, bro. The only negative thing I've heard about it was from my aunt, who's like, she's a boomer. The whole okay boomer thing. So my book, it's kind of designed, it's towards my age range, plus or minus 5 years, right? So 25 to 35, that's like the target demographic age range for my book. Of course, if you're outside of that age range and you enjoy it, by all means, that's awesome. But my aunt, she's of a different generation with different values, right? So the fact that I curse in my book, actually the first sentence of my book is a curse word. Well, chapter 1, the prologue, not so much. That's another thing too. A lot of the people on Kindle, when you go on Kindle, it automatically starts at page 1, chapter 1. It totally skips the prologue. So for a lot of people reading the prologue, reading the Kindle version, they miss the prologue entirely. And it's like, shit, it's not like super critically necessary, but it helps you understand this world so much quicker. It helps kind of get things going for you a lot more effectively. You know, a lot of the story makes sense just because of the prologue. Do you have to read the prologue to have the story make sense? Absolutely not. You could just do whatever and you'd be just fine. But it does help. Hold on, I'm sorry, I get sketched out when traffic is like as tight as this. Anyway, yeah, so that job ended up going out just fine. Knocked it out, hour and a half. Here's the thing though, the guy was really nice, the guy was cool, but this is something that annoys me when I go on jobs, because it's a lack of consideration for my time and the work that I do. So when I go to a job and they're like, oh, while you're here, I hate that. It's like, let me know ahead of time. Like, if you want me to come over and do something for you, let me know everything you need me to do so I can plan accordingly. But if I get there and I go and do a job and you want to have all this extra shit, if I have time, I will definitely help you. But I would prefer if I know ahead of time. Because it's just common courtesy. It's like, by the way, I have this other thing. Can you add that on as well? Great, see you Wednesday. That's all it takes. But instead, wait until I actually physically get there. And then like, oh yeah, when you're done with all this, I have all these other stuff for you to do. And I'm like, well, I do have another job. It's like, oh, can't you push it on till later? that's another thing that pisses me off, because like TaskRabbit's seen as such this weird thing from people that don't know about the gig economy, don't know about independent contractors. Like their vision of what TaskRabbit is, it's like, oh, you're just someone that just picks up a job whenever. It's like, I do this full time. I have a full workload. So, sorry. And they, you know, they kind of get all like weird about it. And it's like, well, I do have other jobs. It's like, oh, so you got more jobs today? It's like, I do this full time. So, it's, anyway, but he wanted me to do some other stuff, and I was like, I don't have time for it. Technically I did, but it's stuff that would have probably taken me maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And it was a mounting thing. I was there for furniture assembly. He wanted me to go mount some shit that wouldn't have taken very long. But it's like, this kind of goes back to the whole principle of the matter thing. It's like, look, man, if you want me to come and do this extra shit under a different category, it's like, it wouldn't have changed the amount that I left. Like, I wouldn't have left with any more money, because it wouldn't have added enough onto my time to me increase how long I was there for invoicing. So it's like, I'm gonna do this extra work on top of what I've already done, but not see a penny extra for it. So that's my mindset on it. If they have something that's gonna take me 30 minutes or more, I'll stay. But if it doesn't take at least 30 minutes, then don't have me do this extra shit, you know? Because I'm not gonna. Once again, I'm sorry about that for human contact outside of my family. I mean, I love spending time with them, but like talking with new people and talking about stuff that I'm interested in, stuff that I do in my life, and we can have a dialogue back and forth. Fake wife, she doesn't want to listen to jack shit with work. It's like, because it doesn't interest her. So I always have to remember that. It's like, if I come home and complain or talk about a job or, oh, this new thing happened today, it means nothing to her because it's outside of her reality. And I have to be very mindful of that, because it's kind of like the flip-flop when she talks to me about stuff that she's really into, but I have zero frame of reference for. So it's really difficult for my attention to be held when, like there's certain fashion designers or certain, like, whatever girly things that she's into, where she'll talk to me about it as if I'm someone that is into and knows the same stuff that she does. And I have no idea. It's like she's speaking a totally another language. And I don't mind at all talking with her. I don't mind, you know, talking with her about what she's interested in. But what ends up happening is it extends the conversation, and I lose interest so quickly, because then it's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Then you start explaining yourself. Then I know even less, and it makes me feel like a shit boyfriend, to be perfectly honest with you. I want to be able to talk about these things with her. I want to be there and attentive and all that jazz, but it's rough, man. It's really, really rough. Oh, the Masked Singer, like I give two shits. Yeah, I don't watch, well, thankfully, Fake Wife doesn't watch any shows like that or anything, but a lot of the shows we watch together, but there are some shows that she watches. I'll ask her, what's going on with this? And within 30 seconds, I'll have changed my mind if ever even asked the question. Like, for example, she really wants to see the movie. She wants to see the movie Downton Abbey because she loved watching the show. I've probably like glanced at the screen 3 or 4 times in all the 8 seasons that show was on. I just wasn't super into it. I was hoping to make this a long stream, but unfortunately, damn it, this always happens. It's like, I won't hear from her. So like, I waited after that job. I texted her and asked her if she needed anything. And you know, just kind of have it just be us. Now she wants to message me. The problem is, if I go to message her back, hey Siri. Nope, phone. Yeah, see, it doesn't even work because I'm streaming. So obviously the fucking voice assistant's not gonna help. I was hoping to be like, yo, phone, contact this person about this thing, please. Siri's okay. I prefer Google Assistant though. All right, so let's talk. Let's chit chat. If no one really says anything, I am gonna turn off the stream so I can message her back. I'll come right back on the stream, but you gotta give me I need time to hit her up and be like, yo, what do you need? Just let me know. I prefer if she just tells me. I hate it when she asks all these questions because like I'm driving. I can't text you when I'm driving. Not that it's her fault, you know. She's at home, this, that, and the other. It's just... Foibles, I hope you're watching, dude. I really hope you're watching. You know, one of the things that I love doing is the Mace Speller podcast, MVP. I wish I had a better name for it. It seems so dumb. But I love doing that podcast. I hate that it's by myself, which is why every time I start to do one of them, I last maybe 4 or 5 episodes, and then I eventually go back and restart. It's hard. It's very hard to try to carry on a conversation that's interesting and in depth when it's all on your own. I've been wanting for a long time to do a podcast and definitely have foibles on those people get in a car accident. I don't know. People are doing weird shit. It's like I wish you guys could see what I see. I gotta go up here and park and get a hold of her, see what she wants. Yeah, I used to love having Foibles come on the live stream, man. The guy's got a lot of brain knowledge, man, and he's entertaining and funny, etc. All right. Camille So Glorious and Beloved Mace Valor. I'll talk to you guys later.